not only that the actual huge problem it's going to come to an end, and this in itself it's really going to surprise you. This problem which you are going to become aware of, that is actually going to come to an end at the beginning of this week, this is going to surprise you so much in the best possible way. Of course, it's gonna put you right in such a good mood, right at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Erini. Indeed, this is brilliant. So not only like a huge, annoying, heavy, difficult, bizarre, and like really, really unnecessary problem, it's going to come to an end. Not only this is gonna really surprise you, but at the same time, you're also going to become aware of this absolutely mind-blowing opportunity as well. So there, my gorgeous Erini, you've got a bit of like a double whammy here. This is absolutely brilliant. Spiritual double whammy. You can't wish for more. On one hand, something very bad and negative, annoying and dark is coming to an end. What a pleasant surprise you are going to have. But on top of that, this absolutely mind-blowing opportunity. This opportunity is going to be so important for you that at the same time, there is also going to be such an unusual sign, good omen that you are going to have, and you will know that this opportunity is gonna bring an ultimate change into your life. When you become aware of that sign, you will most importantly know that you are on the right path, my gorgeous Erini. And this is very, very important indeed, because now there are gonna be so many ideas that you're gonna have. You are gonna go immediately, you're gonna go in this like a very much so optimistic mode where you're gonna feel extremely happy. The happiness you're gonna feel, it's like, oh my god, you haven't felt in absolute ages. I'm not saying that you were miserable and sad and unhappy, but I'm just trying to explain you how what an impact on your life this is immediately going to have, let alone what is going to happen later. I've said many times how important it is to follow our passion. All we need to do in this life, on this spiritual journey that we have, is just keep on following our passion. Our passion is our guiding light. Our passion, through our passion, we're gonna find a way out in the midst of darkness, my gorgeous Erinis. So this is exactly what you're doing right now. You're gonna realize how your energy is gonna pick up. You're gonna realize how much happier you're gonna feel, but most importantly, there are going to be so many ideas which you're actually going to start having about your life and about your future immediately. So you will know that this in itself is going to provide you with the actual key to your own happiness. This in itself is really going to create such an important path in your life where you're going to be able to live your life the way you want to live your life, but also you're going to start feeling so inspired by so many different things, and this is such a brilliant sign for you again. So this in itself is going to really allow you to do now what you wanted to do. This is going to create such a pathway in your life that after this moment in time you will be able to focus on those things that bring happiness into your life, and those very things are also gonna be growing and growing and growing like while you're evolving. This is also going to be growing, because this is an important part of your life purpose, of your spiritual journey. So this is why things are going to feel completely different. Oh my god, my gorgeous Erinis, I did not expect this week to be so amazing. This is absolutely brilliant. But also there is another thing that I was going to say to you as well. There is going to be an unusual dream that you are going to have right at the beginning of this week. This unusual dream that you're going to have, it's really going to surprise you. It's really going to surprise you how vivid it's going to be. But you are going to also come such an unusual things, when it comes to that dream. But above all, what this dream is actually going to point out, and why you're going to feel so surprised, about it, it's purely because you are going to become aware of an element in your life that was left a long time ago, where the bottom line is that an unfinished business is going going to be, you're going to become aware of some kind of unfinished business, my gorgeous Erini. And this is so important for you to kind of understand that you need to work on this. It's all about you acknowledging this. You are really going to be surprised, like, where on earth is this coming from? But then again, you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. And there is a very simple reason for that. Why? Because as soon as you can kind of acknowledge this is all you need to do. There is some kind of process and progress already going to start. And the bottom line is that you are going to tap into a completely different dimension. And that in itself is going to show you so much more to do. But in terms of more you becoming aware of an untapped potential. This is not just any untapped potential. This is untapped potential when it comes to you and when it comes to your specific spiritual journey. This is like, oh my God, something that you really need to understand the importance of it. And also at around the beginning of this week, listen, you are gonna have some kind of temptation here, and please do not give in whatsoever. Almost like as it's to do with like some kind of a secret temptation, my gorgeous Erini. Seriously, it's like it's to do with like some kind of a secret temptation that you are going to have. But please don't do this, because if you kind of go for this, then you are at the same time not going to do the right thing, because you're only going to slow the progress of your life, especially when it comes to things that you're working on at the moment. Sadly, this is just a part of the challenge, this a little temptation that you're going to have, or shall I call it a secret temptation. It's almost as if it's going to be like impossible for you to resist, but half of you it's going to be telling you, oh yeah, go for it, and half of you it's going to be telling you, no baby, no. But the half of you which is going to be telling you, no baby, no, it's going to be much stronger and much more powerful, and you will know this. You will know that this is not the right thing for you to do. So you just have to be strong at the time when you are presented with this like a kind of secret temptation that I'm talking about, because it's not going to lead towards something good. But I don't want you to be paranoid or negative or stressed or anything like that, because you will know what am I talking about. Because first of all, as I said, half of you is going to be like, oh yeah baby, and then half of you is going to be no. But the other half of you which is going to be saying like a no towards it, it's going to be much stronger, much more powerful. With other words, your subconscious mind and your intuitive guidance is primarily going to be telling you no. So you just have to like really kind of avoid this as much as you possibly can. Very, very important indeed. And you're also going to hear at the beginning of this week that someone had an accomplishment, somebody who like is very important to you, and this is either family member or a great friend or whoever this is, but somebody who means to you so much. It's going to surprise you, with the accomplishment that they are going to have. And then as soon as you become aware of the actual accomplishment that that person had, you're going to have this massive smile on your face, which is absolutely brilliant. But then again at the same time, there is something that is going to be on your mind that you need to warn that person. Please do warn that person with what is going to be on your mind. And don't think that you are crazy, silly or anything like that, because that's exactly what you're going to be thinking about. But please try to warn that person with what is actually going to be on your mind. This is going to be so important. And also, when it comes to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Erini, you are gonna very strongly feel like how you want to seek some kind of clarification. You will feel very strongly how you want to seek some kind of clarification, and you're gonna find yourself very fiery, and you're gonna find yourself really passionate in that particular path. This is so important when it comes to you to seek that clarification and to go with it. Because at the same time, you need to understand that you need to focus on the actual solution. By focusing on the actual solution, you're going to come to the bottom of things, but at the same time, you're also going to illuminate the shadow. This is so important because it's also going to start the process of healing almost immediately, which is going to reflect on your health in the best possible way. After that moment in time, you're going to find yourself feeling so much more energetic. which is absolutely brilliant, which is going to reflect on your physicality, but it's also going to reflect on your spirituality as well. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, like, listen to me, Aries, this is like such a good week. Honestly, you need to make the most of it. Now when it comes to the mid part of this week, like, oh my God, such an incredible accomplishment. And this is brilliant. This is to do with things that you have been working on. This is to do with things that you were trying to achieve. You will know which accomplishment I'm talking about, because this is going to have an element of surprise. Something a surprise in such a way that something is going to be so much more successful that you could have possibly imagined. And then and there, you're going to feel a very strong connection to something, which is going to start a moment of passion, which is going to be impossible to resist, but it's more about you wanting an ultimate change in your life. This accomplishment that you are going to have, it's not only going to surprise you with the actual extent of itself, but it's at the same time going to make you feel so passionate in order to have the ultimate change in your life. This in itself, it's really going to reflect on your focus. Now you're going to feel a very clear and sharp focus, and that in itself is brilliant, because that particular clear and sharp focus that you're going to feel, it's only going to make you aware. And now suddenly you're going to feel, and you're going to think, and you're going to be aware of like how your life has been maybe like it was making you restricted, not like too much, but you didn't do everything you wanted to do, which is absolutely fine. But most importantly, within the last like about 8 to 9 months in particular, you had a lot on your mind. You wanted to do a lot. You had lots of plans, and you had lots of ideas, and every single time when you would plan and you would have an idea, you would just be brought down. And this is why this happens, because when we are restricted, so you are at the same time coming out of some kind of restriction that you're going to be reminded of at that moment in time. And that in itself, it's really kind of going to give you so much to think about in the best possible way, but also you're gonna realize how close to you are to some kind of momentum in life. Indeed, you are gonna become aware of some kind of a gathering, and you are gonna become aware of some kind of meeting that you're also going to need to attend, or some kind of collaboration. This is really important when it comes to every single thing that I've actually mentioned so far, in particular when it comes to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Erini, indeed. And also at around the midweek, you're going to understand and you're going to realize that there is some kind of traveling that you're going to need to go to. There is some kind of traveling that you're going to need to make. And whenever you go, as soon as you acknowledge this, as soon as you're aware of this traveling or this journey that you're going to need to make, even if you go in 3 months time from now on, it doesn't matter. If you go in 1 month's time from now on, it doesn't really matter. If you go immediately this week, it's the same as if you go in 2 months time, as long as you're acknowledging it, because you are creating a very powerful moment when it comes to the actual energy and this particular aspect of your life. My point is, as long as you acknowledge that you need to go to have this trip or journey, once you go there, there is some kind of absolutely out of this world experience you are going to have. You're going to have a really beautiful experience when you make that trip, that journey, and there is so much that is going to be answered to you, like with the questions that you had with yourself lately. You know, this is, but the one specific question, it's really going to change so much in your life. Like, oh my God, you know, it's bringing the whole new direction in the best possible way. So this is why this trip and journey is going to be very, very important indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Aries, now something really weird is gonna happen, like a really weird situation, something so bizarre, you know, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is a bit like a Twilight Zone-ish, you know, something really weird is gonna happen. And then, you know, what is gonna happen, like a really weird and really kind of bad and negative, but not to you. So at the end of the week, you're gonna become aware of this like really kind of weird and strange and kind of bad and negative situation which is going to happen to someone else, and you're going to be thinking about this, and this is going to scare you. And now at that moment in time when you're like kind of scared a little bit, you know, you're going to become aware of like a pretty much so a very interesting option. I know through somebody's really bad situation you're going to become aware of a very interesting option for you, but this is only because you will learn something. You're going to realize something that you like, how you can kind of protect yourself, like, if you know what I mean, and protect your life from this not happening to you. So you're just going to become that much more wiser and clever, and this is happening for a reason, for you to become aware of this. So you will become aware of this option here, and that option that you're going to become aware of is going to be brilliant for you, because at the same time you are going to know, if you do that, you're going to prevent this from happening to you. It's only about like securing your life, if you know what I mean. But also at the same time, that option that you're going to become aware of, there is one other person that is also going to benefit from so much in your life. This person is very much so closely connected to you, and if you don't have anybody in your life, then obviously this is going to be something that it's only going to be kind of, you know, like that, but it's only going to mean to you, for example. But if you do have a people in your life, then this particular option, it's going to be as significant for somebody, you know, else in your life as well, one specific person indeed. And also, my gorgeous Aries, at around the end of the week, you know, there is going to be such a like you and somebody very close to you, very important to you, somebody, you know, whether this is a family member or whether this is like a best friend, somebody who you're very close to. You are going to be like kind of having some kind of conversation, some kind of chat, which is going to be about silly things, and then things are going to end up like being completely kind of serious towards the end, and then you're going to be talking about rather serious things, and then you're going to realize, you know, you're going to realize kind of like which alignment do you need to make kind of at the same time. But that in itself, it's gonna, so basically the bottom line is that through that conversation you're gonna become very determined about something. You're gonna have some kind of idea here with this conversation that you're going to have towards the end, when things become really, really serious. But it's more about serious things, life and things like that, what to do next, what you should do with your life, what you should bring into your life, what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel bad. You know, you're going to be talking about so many different things, but there is a one kind of idea that you're actually going to have through this person, which is going to make you feel so determined indeed. And at the same time, this idea that you're going to have, you know, it's brilliant because it's all about you at the same time realizing some kind of potential as well. And this is so important, obviously, because now you just have to trust yourself, and at the same time, you know, it's about being reliable as well. This is so important, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. Another thing I was going to say, at around the end of the week, you know, you need to understand that there are going to be two paths ahead, two important paths ahead at around the end of the week. Okay, there are going to be two paths ahead. I know that you're going to be standing, and there are going to be two paths ahead. All right, at the end of the week, you need to go for the path which is connected to the birth of creation, and you need to go for the path which is showing you clearly potential growth. This is what you need to remember. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.